Hi, my name is Brad Neal with the University of Indianapolis, and I'd like to welcome you to the Chemistry 151 laboratory course. This video is going to be a brief introduction to information in the course. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So first off, on behalf of Dr. Lori Bolyard, Dr. Zabe Chulai, and myself, Dr. Brad Neal, welcome to the Chemistry 151 course here at the University of Indianapolis. We're going to be the team that's going to help you through the laboratory assignments for this semester. You will have one of the three of us as your primary instructor of record. However, all three of us are working together on these things. So if you see something from one of the three of us in an email or a video or the like, please know we're all working together on this, and should be a good time. So let's do a quick overview of the objectives of the lab. Now, the information that you can see next to me is available on your syllabus. One of the big things that we're hoping to teach you in Chemistry 151 is proper safety practices in a laboratory environment. Safety is one of the most important things in chemistry that you can possibly learn and practice. It's very important to get the science right. It's more important to be safe while doing it. So we're hoping to help teach you proper safety practices throughout this course. We're going to help you with using glassware and instrumentation correctly. There's a whole bunch of things that you may have used in high school or another chemistry course. There's going to be some stuff that you never have, and that's okay. That's what we're here to help you with, to help you learn those pieces of instrumentation, glassware, how to use them right to your advantage to get the right answers for the kinds of experiments that we're going to be doing. We're going to correctly obtain and record our measurements. Because there's a lot of ways to obtain a measurement. There's usually only one or two ways to get the measurement right. And depending on the glassware and depending on the instrument that you're using, you gotta do different things to get the actually scientifically correct answer. And we're going to help make sure that you learn those skills as long as you help us on your end of this equation here. We're going to help you interpret graphical relationships. So we're going to be collecting data and we're going to be making a bunch of graphs from said data this semester. And the graphs are going to be really powerful. Graphs by themselves are very powerful. They can convey a lot of information. So if like a picture is worth 1,000 words, graphs are probably worth 10,000 or something like that, just in the sheer amount of information they can convey. And so we want to help teach you how to make proper graphs and how to interpret them properly and how to help others interpret your data properly by the way that you've made said graph. We want you to be able to apply chemical relationships to predict the properties of matter. It's chemistry. We're going to be doing reactions. We should be able to predict with reasonable certainty what's going to happen in most of our reactions, though. And so part of this course is going to be helping us to make those predictions and then checking them and making sure that they're valid and that our understanding is correct. We're also going to be focusing on stoichiometric relationships. This is a concept that if you've had a previous chemistry course before, you've probably touched on. We're going to continue on down that because stoichiometry is just an absolute fundamental in order for you to be successful in chemistry at a basic or an advanced level. So stoichiometry is going to be really important. So let's talk about the structure of this course. We are going to be in a hybrid format. So that means that sometimes we're going to be meeting face-to-face and sometimes we're going to be doing labs in a virtual environment, in an online environment. So when we meet face-to-face, we are going to be practicing social distancing and whatever guidelines we have at the time, and these guidelines may be evolving as situations change on us. So we will be adapting to the realities in the world as we come to them. We hope that you will adapt with us to those realities. Safety, again, is a number one thing in a chemistry lab, and social distancing is just another form of safety that we'll be doing for those face-to-face experiences. Because of the social distancing, we will be doing all of our laboratory assignments this semester and as an individual. So we won't be working in pairs or groups on things. So there's this thing that people think that, oh, it's a chemistry lab, you come in, you do the lab, you're done for the week. That's never been the case. I think anybody who's ever had a general chemistry lab and been successful on the other side of it, who's like gotten a good grade at the end, could tell you, no, there's a lot more to lab than just going in and doing the thing. You should anticipate somewhere around 4 hours of work per week per assignment for this course. So you'll have one lab assignment per week, and you're going to be spending probably about 4 hours. Half an hour to an hour preparing before the lab, then you're going to have the lab time itself, and then you'll have questions after the lab that you'll have to answer and turn in. So you will be spending time on it just like we always have, even when we weren't in this hybrid format. But do want to be upfront with everybody at the beginning to say, it's totally doable, but it is going to require time outside of the lab in order to be successful in this course. Let's talk about required materials. You must wear and provide your own safety glasses to every face-to-face laboratory assignment. Every face-to-face laboratory session, that's what the F2F stands for. You have to provide your safety glasses. There's a variety of places that you can get them. The bookstore, Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot, other places that also have not paid us for advertisement. But you are required to get those safety glasses. Please get clear ones. If you wear glasses in order to see, make sure that you are getting safety glasses that fit over your vision glasses, because like my glasses that I normally wear, these suckers, it's hard to find a pair of safety glasses that fit over these. But just remember that when you are looking for glasses, safety glasses. You will be required by university policy to have a face mask completely covering your mouth and nose, and that's a university policy. You should have gotten some emails from folks regarding that kind of information. There's a textbook that's required. The good news about said textbook is it's free. It's a free online textbook. It's Chemistry 2E, available via OpenStax. And here's the ISBN number. If you wanted to order a hard copy for yourself, there's the digital link as well. But the nice thing about it, like I said, is it's free. It's a fantastic resource for you as a student. It's good. You will be required to use it in order to be successful in this course. You are going to have reliable access to the internet. So for labs assignments that are not assigned to you in a face-to-face format, you will be doing online virtual assignments, which will require you having access to the internet. If that is going to be an issue for you, please let one of your instructors know as soon as possible so that you can start working on some kind of accommodations to figure out how to manage that, because there is a good chunk of like half the course where you're going to be doing online assignments, and then the face-to-face assignments will also have components that require computer access as well and internet access. You're going to want a scientific calculator so that you can do calculations. You don't have to get a graphing one, but you will need a scientific calculator. Technical requirements for the course. So that's all like the normal course requirements. The technical requirements are you're going to need a computer, a laptop, desktop, something to be able to do the virtual assignments like I alluded to earlier. You're going to have an reliable internet connection or internet access available to you so that you can submit and do some of the assessments. Computer software wise, You're going to need some kind of PDF reader, be that Adobe Acrobat, be it the thing that's built into Windows, the thing that's built into Macintosh. I have no idea if Linux has anything that's actually built into it. Whatever your flavor of operating system is, you're going to have to be able to read PDFs. You're going to need a web browser, specifically UpToDate. I believe that the university recommends using Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. If you have questions about the browser information, I highly encourage you to ask the help desk in information technology about browser concerns that you might have, especially if they're on a personal computer. Any university computer, the browser that is provided for you on that will work just fine. You're going to also need to be able to record and share images. So you're going to be able to have to take a picture and submit that as necessary. So a smartphone camera would work, a highfalutin camera would work, something that's going to be able to take an image and then submit that to the course on ACE will be required. So while we're talking about ACE, let's go ahead and bring ACE up. So ACE, the helpful handy place, is going to be where you find your syllabus. It's going to be where you're going to find everything that you need for this course. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can pull that up here. Okay, so this is our ACE page for Chemistry 151 for the fall semester. So it should be listed as something like 2010 Chem 151-01L. Make sure that you are in the lab ACE site and not the classroom ACE site so that you can see the right information, because they are two separate courses. They have two separate ACE sites. Okay, so when you first go to the site, you see this nice little splash page. Follow the instructions and see where it says start here. You'll go through and you will click the start here. Start here is over on the left hand side of the screen, so right over where the mouse is. So you'd click on that and then it comes in and you've got this nice little splash page about safety. Now, you are going to be required to do a safety quiz for this course. In fact, you can't do the first lab in the face-to-face environment without having gotten a perfect score on the safety quiz. So before you take the safety quiz, make sure you go here on this page and you click on the chemistry department safety rules link. Read over those materials before you take the quiz. If you don't get a perfect score of 15 out of 15 the first time, that's okay. You can keep taking the quiz over and over again until you get that 15. How will you know you get the 15 out of 15? You're going to be able to see that either at the end of the quiz itself or within your student gradebook. So those would be the two places that you'd want to check. If that's not making sense to you, feel free to reach out to your instructor of record. Here's the course learning objectives. Again, kind of like I discussed, the requirements. Here's some information about Pivot Interactive. So we're going to be using Pivot Interactive to do most of our online laboratory assignments. The chemistry department is purchasing the seat, the student account for you. You must sign up though for the account. You're going to be getting more instructions about how to sign up for said account in a later email, so just be looking for that. Here is a tentative schedule of what we are anticipating doing this semester, as long as things don't change on us. So you're going to note here at the very top of this schedule, and I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger here. Okay, at the top of this schedule, you're going to see that there's Group A and there's Group B. Group A is going to be one half of the class. Group B is going to be the other half of the class. So only half of the class is ever going to be meeting in the laboratory section at any given point in time. We have a different video that's going to go through some more of the details about explaining the Group A, Group B, and how the labs are going to work. But this gives you, after you've watched that video, you'll be able to come back and see this tentative schedule to see how things are going to go. We're going to be at the end of this course, we're going to be having a final exam, and then we're anticipating it being a completely online exam. So now that we've got that kind of stuff out of the way, I do want to show you quickly how to get to the syllabus. So we can scroll back up to the top of the page, and here's the syllabus. And we have a link to the syllabus. All we have to do is click on that, and it brings up our syllabus. Very good. This has information in it that you are going to want to know. Specifically, critical dates such as last days for drop, last days for withdrawal, when scores are finalized, etc. It's got those requirements that I talked about written out again. It's course learning objectives, which we talked a little bit about briefly. Your grading information. So here's the grading scale for the course, and this paragraph or two goes into description of where the points for the course are going to come from. So mostly the time, a large majority of the points for this course are going to be coming from the laboratory assignments, but we will be having a final, and we will have a safety quiz, and we're going to have a lab practical. And this goes into details about how those points are going to be assigned. Before we wrap this video, I do want to point out laboratory attire. Because safety is such a big thing, you're going to hear us say it over and over again, probably until it makes you just tired of us talking about it. But it is that important. So what do you wear when you come to chemistry lab? First off, wear closed-toed shoes. These need to be something that completely covers your foot. So I know that shoes like Tom's and some flats and otherwise will have like the top part of your foot exposed. You don't want to wear those in the lab. You don't want to wear anything other than a closed-toed shoe. That doesn't mean you have to wear a boot, but a tennis shoe is highly advisable. If you don't have a closed-toed shoe, like a flip-flop's completely out. Flip-flops are bad. But if it's not a closed-toed shoe, you are subject to being sent home and then not being able to do said lab, because we will not, and as it states in the syllabus, we will not be doing makeup labs this semester. And so failing to show up to the laboratory assignment for your face-to-face lab and failing to show up in the appropriate attire will result in a 0 for the assignment. So make sure you're wearing the right stuff. So closed-toed shoes. You have to have your safety glasses. You are responsible for bringing your safety glasses every time that you come to lab. Wear pants. Dresses and skirts and that kind of thing aren't going to work. And that goes directly into the next bullet point. You can really just say don't have any skin showing from your neck down. So if you just are standing straight up and you look down and you see any skin whatsoever, like be at the top of your foot from the shoes that you're wearing because you're not wearing socks, being it because your shirt's cut short or your pants are pretty high up or you're wearing shorts, that won't fly. Make sure that you are completely, like all your skin is covered. That said, t-shirts are okay. That's fine. Do make sure that you have your hair pulled back out of your face with a closed parenthesis that didn't have an open parenthesis. Also, I highly suggest in my classes to not wear any loose or nice jewelry to class. Jewelry is just one of those things that gets in the way, and you don't want to damage that nice ring or watch or necklace or whatever while you're in the chemistry lab because they tend to get damaged. You're going to be dealing with some chemicals that aren't going to react nicely with metals. And a lot of jewelry is made out of a metal. So there's just really no reason to damage the stuff. I'd strongly encourage you not to wear jewelry of any kind, especially not nice jewelry, into a laboratory experience. Okay, we've reached the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around. If you have any questions, please contact your instructor of record, your laboratory instructor, with those questions. Especially any questions here at the beginning around expectations. so that you can make sure that you have everything clear and the like. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in lab. Thank you.